Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, August 31st. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. A couple of quick clarifications. First off, the candlestick you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, ICCT. This was on yesterday's watch list just because of all the craziness, and craziness can be a good thing because it can produce a good opportunity, and it definitely did produce some good opportunity today. Got some good solid breakouts, and as I speak, you can see right here, the price is once again approaching these highs, which is where the first key level of resistance comes into play. And nothing complicated or fancy here. Literally just a question of, well, where did the parting momentum stop today? And that was right there, the red line at $12, and let's just call it 40 cents. So $12.40 going to be the key level to watch moving forward. But like I said, as I speak, you can see the price is approaching that level. So who knows? Let's see, market closes in about 8 minutes. So yeah, 8 minutes, that might be enough time to produce a breakout there. So if you're watching this video and the price has broken up through that $12.40 mark, that just shows you that the chart has gotten that much stronger than what it looks like right now. As far as areas of support are concerned, main level to watch for those of you that like to play pullbacks, right down there at $9 and what is that? 20 cents. So 9.20. This is just basic rules and technical analysis. This level right here was an area of resistance, and then when resistance levels are broken, they tend to act as supports. So in fact, let me change that to green to represent more so a support dynamic. There we go. But overall, anyway, look at it. Big volatility, big volume. So if you're someone that likes, the wider spreads, which can create big moves, of course, you got to always manage that risk. Then this is definitely one that I'd keep an eye on. But yeah, definitely seems to be a good setup here headed into Thursday. Next one, NAOV, very ugly looking chart here, but for you longer time viewers, you know what I'm going to say next. There can be opportunity in the ugly, and this opportunity comes from a couple different angles. First one right here, we have this trend line in play. Let me change that to represent more so the cover trend line. And then also, I kind of just hit it, but back behind that trend line, you have the purple line there, which is the very well-known, very famous 50-period moving average. And you have these levels basically at the same point. So is it guaranteed? Of course not. No such thing as a guarantee. But is it plausible? Is it valid that after this big, nasty, ugly move to the downside, especially when the price has now started to go sideways temporarily, is it valid to think that, maybe just maybe this is some sort of bottom and a bounce could come? That is certainly not a guaranteed outcome, but a plausible outcome. But this is also why you got to be able to manage that risk, because to be fair, maybe this bleeding just keeps on going, and you don't want to turn yourself into a bag holder. So that's very possible. But again, that's a two-sided coin because, well, maybe it does decide to bounce. So from a risk versus reward scenario, what is being risked here relative to the potential upside reward on a bounce is very, very worthwhile in my opinion. Next one, TTOO, very nice bounce today. Had a rough start to the day with the price gapping down, hitting a low right there. And then after that, the price just slammed on its brakes and completely turned around and up it went. So good solid move here, which now introduces a level that I would definitely call a must-hold level moving forward. And this must-hold level right here at 29 cents. Why is 29 cents so important? And I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but just for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down to 29 and then break down below it, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of this range that it just broke out of. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make a great move and then go right back to where they started, not exactly the sign of a genuine strong move. But to be fair, though, no price can go straight up. So maybe instead the price comes down here, behaves like that, and then starts to curl back upwards. Now, all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, you have a set of lows right there. You have lows right there. And if you envision each one of those as stair-steps, well, now you have stair-steps making progress in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a genuine strong move is going to do. Not go straight up, but at least show signs of progress. And again, the quote-unquote sign of progress in this situation is staying up above that 29 cent mark. Next one, ARAV. Very, very interesting pattern here as there's a very nice clear breakout level, which is sitting right here at that pink line there, which on my chart denotes a very famous 200-period moving average. You can see right there the price got rejected from it, and as I speak right now, the price is once again doing battle with it, and this is all coming after a nice consolidation. So as a quick recap of the day, huge explosion here, came down. Always a little scary when that happens because, you don't know, is it going to crash? But it didn't. It rounded out, found some support, and is now curled back upwards, which leads us right to where we were. That exciting question, can the price break through that level? And that's what a watch list is all about. Finding unique, finding interesting situations, and not rushing out and randomly buying stuff, but watching it. So really it's a question of, do you find this exciting? Do you find this interesting? If so, then hey, I definitely keep an eye on it. Maybe you don't like penny stocks, and fair enough, but if you do like penny stocks and you do find this, potential breakout scenario exciting and worthwhile, then yeah, not saying you should rush out and buy anything randomly, but at least keep an eye on it. Next one here, AMC. First off, a big congrats to those of you that watched yesterday's video. I did talk about potential double bottom here, and I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. Look right where the price bounced, right off that line that I put into play in yesterday's video for a fantastic bounce, and that's why I've continued to follow this one. I know many of you have heard me say it over and over again. It's a cult stock. It's a cult stock. Cult stocks can get some very solid bounces, and here is the bounce that was worthwhile today for sure. So like I said, congratulations if you caught a piece of that. But like we talked about earlier on ticker symbol TTOO, yeah, nice move here, but is there any sort of genuine power behind it? Well, let's see if the price can stay up here now above $11.70 for all the reasons we already talked about, meaning we want to see signs of progress. There we go. We want to see those signs of progress, meaning if the price comes down here and then just goes right down through, well, now all of a sudden the price is right back to where it was, not a sign of power. But if the price can come down to that area and bounce around, well, as already, to explain, you have those higher lows, picture those as stair-steps, and now you have stair-steps making progress. So AMC, good solid move here. Is there genuine power behind it? Let's see if it can make progress. How is progress being defined? By staying above $11.70. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online web class that I'm offering here very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live training. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Next one, TIO. Very impressive day. Very impressive afternoon. In fact, not a whole lot that can be alerted, other than the fact that it had good volume today. It had good price movement. But as of right now, I mean, it is essentially closed right up here at its highs. So I can't really say there's any sort of pattern. But again, the ingredients are here. There's great volume. There's great volatility. Now, I'm not saying this will occur, but my point here is, let's say that tomorrow the price does something like this. It pulls back. So, okay, it pulls back, what would that allow for? Well, that would allow for you to draw a little channel right here. You could then draw that up here, and all of a sudden you'd have a bull flag pattern. So again, am I saying that a bull flag pattern is going to form tomorrow? I'm not saying that. My point here is that you got a lot of volume, you got good volatility. So could a pattern form that's worthwhile? Absolutely. So if you like stocks down below $2, you like volume, you like stocks that can move very nicely, then definitely keep an eye on this one. But as of right now, well, I take that back. I mean, there's pattern for a pullback area. If you're somebody that likes pullbacks, well, then right there at the $1.30 mark could be an interesting level. But as far as are there any sort of patterns right now, there are not, but there could very well be one that forms over the next couple of days. Next one, PLTR. Got the breakout a couple days ago from this trend line that I had drawn previously. So for anybody that watched the videos and took that trend line break, congratulations. You are getting paid very nicely at this point. I'm going to go ahead and delete these lines out too, as they serve their purpose for now. But we have updates here that now need to be done. And the first update is just going to be one of the newest levels of support. Was an area of resistance headed into today, but this level right here at 1570, and that's just based on a foundational rule in charting. When levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So I'm not saying this will occur. If there is any sort of pullback, then that 1570 mark is going to be the key level that you'd want to see hold. Because think about it, if that were to occur, then you'd still have a set of lows there, a set of lows there, a set of lows there, a set of lows down here, and you envision those as stair steps, and you'd still have beautiful stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And like I said, that implies that the price drops all the way down to 1570. Not saying it will, but that just shows, just how much wiggle room this one has right now. In terms of areas of resistance, got to squeeze things down here a little bit. I realize the chart's harder to see now, but this is always a good problem to have when you have to go back into a chart's history like this. Nope, so that level was broken. What's that right there? Nope, there we go. So $16.50 is going to be that next key level of resistance. Price is certainly well within striking distance of it, so keep a close eye on that. But overall, as long as this thing keeps on putting those higher highs and higher lows, that's what matters most. Next one, TLRY. Huge surge during that 30 minutes right there. You can see the volume came pouring in. Price came up. Prices pulled back, but the key word here is not price pulled back and then pulled back and then pulled back some more and then, went right back to where it was. That did not happen. It at least started to go sideways. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the prices started to go sideways, does that mean for sure, guaranteed, the price is getting ready to head back up? My point here is becomes a lot more plausible and valid to think that this pullback is potentially over right now because it at least started to go sideways. Case in point, let's say the price was still dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like the pullback is over. You'd be completely justified to say, what are you talking about? Based on what? The price is literally just dropping. But that's not the case here, right? Because the price has at least started to go sideways. So does that mean that this is indeed the end of the pullback? It does not. Does it become plausible? Absolutely. So if you like to play these situations where you get the pullback and then potentially get a recovery, keep an eye on it. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And overall, the levels that I talked about previously played, a very active part, especially in this will mean more to those of you that watched yesterday's video. But if you did, hopefully remember me talking about that level of resistance up there. And again, the power of charts. Look at this. Price came up there and bounced right off that line that I drew in yesterday. So I'll turn that into a quick plug. Get signed up for that free training because charts are a fantastic tool to use. And we have a real life example of that right there. So a point here being nothing has changed from a resistance standpoint. Right up there at 260.40, 260.50 if you want to just round it up to the 50-cent mark. Do whatever floats your boat. But point here being that level remains an area of resistance. And we have just that much more confirmation of it after the movement here. In terms of levels of support, nothing here to panic about. And if anything, that level at 250, 250 right there did a fantastic job of holding strong. But even if that one were to fall, you still have this level down here at the 248.50 mark. So keep an eye on those couple levels. So all in all, now, of course, today individually, there was a lot of moves. There was, price came down here, went all the way up there, pulled back. So from a day trading standpoint, yeah, all sorts of opportunity. But I'm making these comments from more so a bigger picture point of view. And yeah, bigger picture, everything that I talked about previously still does pertain, but was good to see the price went up there and knocked on that door. So we'll see if the price can get back up there and maybe in this next time break through the door. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ market. So if you believe the NASDAQ market is going to rise, this one will also rise. And, that's where, it makes it a very popular ETF because it allows you access at a much lower price point. And once again, like Tesla, not a whole lot to report other than to give credit where credit's due. The opening part of this resistance range right there, it was broken. So the price is actually up above that level. But just because this is kind of getting a little cluttered up, I'm going to go ahead and delete that line out so we can see this a little bit better. And same with that level down there. Yes, both levels still pertain, but just from a presentation standpoint and not wanting to risk, clutter because there's, or risk confusion because there's clutter and lines everywhere. Want to keep this as straight as possible. But again, like Tesla, for those of you that watched yesterday's video, hopefully remember me talking about 42.40. And you can see right here, just again, the power of charts. So right here, just rejected. Just 42.20, more of the story, is going to be a very, very important level moving forward. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs watching it. And then on the flip side of things, 40.90 remains that key area of support. But by far, the most interesting dynamic, the dynamic that's going to be most watched, just because it sticks out like a sore thumb right now, is going to be that 42.20 mark. And more specifically, can the price break through there? If the price can break through it, no guarantees, but is it plausible to think, even if you just want to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, that a break of that level generates that much more upside momentum? That's certainly a plausible outcome. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about the tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage that risk, and get signed up for the class, it'll be very soon, Thursday, August 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, do a couple things for me. Thank you. The past couple videos have gotten a lot of comments and thumbs up, so I appreciate it. But if you do like these and you would like for me to continue to make these, then hit that like button, leave a comment below. I'm always looking for feedback, and when I know people are enjoying certain video series, I will continue to do them. So as always, if you enjoy these top 10s, hit the like button, leave a simple comment. Say hi. Tell me what you traded today. Just very basic comment. That's all it takes. So thanks for watching. Go get signed up for that free class. Have a good one.